On Wednesday, President Biden arrived in Lobito, a strategic port on Angola's Atlantic coast. It's his first trip to Africa while in office, and he's promoting the massive Lobito Corridor project. The project centres on a railway line that runs over 1,300 kilometres from the port of Lobito to Kolwezi, in the heart of Congo's southern mining region. A future rail extension to Zambia is also planned, but Congo is the country that has the massive mineral reserves. It produces over 70% of the world's cobalt, and it's the world's second largest copper producer. The US, along with the European Union, G7 and private companies, say that they will mobilise billions in investment for the Lobito corridor. The railway line is widely perceived as a challenge to China's dominance of the mineral sector in Central Africa. But in Kolwezi, civil society figures are sceptical of the project's benefits for locals. It's seen as a Western initiative serving Western interests.
That's when we realised that at some point the Westerners wanted to get their hands on Congolese minerals again. That's how we see such projects developing. These so-called strategic minerals, the critical minerals, of which the DRC has a large number in sufficient quantities and of sufficient quality. And we can see that this is a war between great powers, where unfortunately if the Congolese people or if the Congolese side is not better represented, if it isn't very careful, it will not actually benefit from it.
For businesses, however, the advantages of the railway are clear. It cuts transportation times to seaports from several weeks down to mere days. Nevertheless, experts say that Lobito will do little to counteract Chinese influence. Chinese companies can still use the railway line, for example, and so they can also benefit. And as China is the world's centre for mineral refining, most of the critical metals end up there anyway.